Yeah.
And we took those pictures outside here. The many times he came on calling,
Yeah.
looking for my friendship, looking for my support, bonding so that I could support him to become president. So the pictures have been there.
Okay.
And we had a discussion when he betrayed us and mobilized members of parliament and government to hound me out of office, whether to remove them. But I made a decision to let them stay there because they are a constant reminder of betrayal. Yeah, when I see William Ruto in that picture,
Yeah.
a man who came here many times, calling, eating in his house, staying here for long, taking tea, asking me to call people for him to talk to. When he betrayed me in such a vicious manner, I decided that his picture should stay there so that when I come in,
The first thing you see
I see him,
Yeah.
and I remember about betrayal. So when people come to see me here, I look at them very closely. Because when I look at him, I remember how he betrayed me.
Okay.
I look for possible betrayers. Yeah? And I'm very careful.
Are you saying that looking at me keenly?
I am very careful with people now.
Yeah.
Because I have learned not to trust people I know well.
Okay.
And his picture there is a constant reminder to me to be careful. Even as people are here talking, I measure what I say. I don't tell them too much. I'm careful not to give my all.
Yeah.
Because I've been betrayed by a man. I thought he was a good man. He was a Christian. He was saved, and then he betrayed me. Yeah. So that picture will remain there forever for my life. So that anytime I see him, I remember about betrayal. And then I'm careful about the people who come to talk to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't see it coming, though?
I didn't see it coming until late. Ah, the guy is good. Deception? Pretty. Wow.
We'll get to that conversation.
I'm a man who has lived long. I'm not very stupid. I'm not too clever, but I'm not too stupid. I'm just here in the middle.
In between.
Yeah, I'm a graduate. I'm a political scientist. And the guy actually conned me. I didn't see it coming. I believed him. Can you imagine? When I went to an arrangement with this guy without writing anything, I believed the guy. Because he would come here and pray for us. And there is a pastor in his house. And the guy is the one who wants to pray, you know. So you know, I've really never been taken in by somebody in my life.
Okay.
This guy is amazing, you know, in terms of deception and conmanship. Wow. He's in a class of his own. But here I am. I'm a better person. I'm very careful.
Okay.
I don't take sweet language anymore for what it is.
Andika chini.
Hakuna mtu mimi naweza kubaliana na chochote leo bila kuandikania. Na kuwe na mashahidi na mawakili na copies. I cannot. Never.
Haukuwa na hata document moja?
Nothing.
Word of mouth?
Word of mouth.
I got you, good. You got me, let's go.
The guy would even come here and cry. Tears. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Machozi hivi?
Machozi.
Hapa kwa nyumba?
Yeah, when you see a grown-up man crying, you feel for him.
About what?
He was, you know, I was a great friend of Uhuru Kenyatta. I was his PA. And at one point, he felt like I'm under so much pressure from my family and other people to go back to Uhuru Kenyatta. And he knew if I left him, he's done. So he was here crying. My brother, please, I beg you, don't leave me. I've suffered. I'm a good man. I'm a Christian. My brother, let's stay together. You know, crying tears. And I said, okay, Pastor, let's help this man.
So akilia ulikuwa unadu?
I was in shock.
Hata serviette?
Sasa mtu mzima analia machozi anakulilia. Please, my brother, don't abandon me. Yeah? So, but I can tell you, if there's a guy who is deceptive,
so guy. The tears, machozi, kumbe machozi is your, mom, kumbe ni machozi ndio.
You know, if it's a woman crying or children,
yeah,
you take it just so lightly. But a grown-up man over 50 crying, and a leader for that matter, you take it very, very, very seriously.
And those tears made you form a government with someone without writing nothing down?
He made me abandon my brother, my kinsman, Uhuru Kenyatta, a man I had worked with for many years, whom we had come very far. And he conned me to abandon my own brother and friend through deception. But that's a story for another day. We are better people. Yeah, we are better people. Another day, we are very careful, extremely careful.
Okay.
And we don't trust.
Okay.
We don't.
Weka kwa karatasi. So
not just karatasi. A
Oh.
lot of due diligence and research.
Okay.
Who is this man? Who is the father? Who is the mother? Where did he grow up? Where did he go to school? Who knows him? Which deal has he ever done with somebody and it has succeeded?
Okay.
You must do due diligence of the character of anybody you want now to deal with.
Yeah.
Because what has happened to me and my community and the country, I mean, is unprecedented. How do you con a whole community?
We'll get to
Bishops,
that conversation.
reverends, pastors,
We'll get to that.
men of God,
We are coming there.
I'm telling you, we must be very, very careful.
Okay.
Those are the lessons that I've learned, and I'm grateful to God that I have time now to rectify, and in my future endeavors and relationships, I am more informed.
Work on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get to the political side, how you met President Ruto, then how your coalition, your partnership worked, and also we've seen a lot of things happening in the government from the cabinet reshuffling and everything. We're going to get to that. There's some part here that a lot of people don't have a lot of information on. Let's talk about marriage. Mom.
This girl here confused me when I was a bit green. And I think she was a student. She was first year at Kenyatta University, and I was third year at Nairobi University. And I was a student leader. So I was the chairman of Nyeri University Student Association, and I went to KU where she was looking for students from Nyeri. I wanted to go for a delegation to see President Moi. Way back, I think in 1986 or 87. Okay. I'm not sure, I think in 1987. And when I was there looking for students from Nyeri, she talked to me whether she could also come.
Oh, she asked you if she could come?
Yeah, and she's from Oranga, so I said, why do you want to come? But when I looked at her twice, she looked very beautiful. Yeah, so
you're like, yes, of course you can come.
I decided, although she's not from Nyeri, her beauty can give her some through pass.
A beauty will make her come from Nyeri.
Yeah.
You're inside.
So she came with me to the delegation, and then from there, one thing led to another. The rest is history. Yeah, one thing led to another. And I'm very grateful that I met her. Okay. That day I went to the university and came across her. Probably if I was not a leader, I would not have come across her.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe another useless character would have grabbed her for a wife. And it will be so wasted, So, and we became good friends later on. I brought her to my parents and all that. And we've been together, I think, 35 years now, I think, or so.
Okay.
And I thank God. Yeah, she's a pillar of my life.
Okay.
She's an advisor to me. She's the mother to my children. And today she looks after my farms, my businesses, and I don't do much myself. Yeah, even when we come here, I just enter the house, she goes to the farm, workers, everything, and she's also a good companion. Yeah, okay. She keeps me company, and at my lowest moment, she has always been there for me.
Yeah.
Many men in my station will not be having a wife. True. I know many friends who things have not worked, and the wives who used to have a lot of comfort have ran away to America, to Britain, and many people whose businesses have collapsed. they would walk away. Many wives I know would have been the wife of the deputy president, and then he is removed from office.
Yeah.
Quite a number would have taken off to comfort and to power. But Pastor Dorcas has stood with me at 10 one time. And I think she was never after my money or after power. She was after my love and my companionship. Because I've lost many things and she's still here. Yeah. Don't I have friends whose wives, when things have not worked,
Wametembea.
have taken off, to better.
Are you a romantic?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Ama you are wood. Tuende wewe bora.
Labda utauliza yeye.
Kumbaya ma flowers manini.
Utauliza yeye, but when I was at university, I used to write poems for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Dorcas, honey among rocks, lemon of the cloister, soothing balm, the apple of my eye.
Wait. Okay.
Because I'm a poet too. And she is a beneficiary of my poetry. And I think that is how she got into the box. I love poetry. And by the way, now that I have time, I must start writing poems for her.
New ones.
New ones. I think I must now do some bit of poetry.
Yeah.
And if that's what you call romantic, then yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask her.
What's her favorite food?
Now at our age, favorite food now becomes very relative.
Organic.
Yeah,
So
there are too many rules now.
Yeah.
That I don't know. She loves choma, especially the one that is fatty. Even now.
Ile iko na kamafuta kadogo.
She loves choma. I see her enjoying choma, and that's how I've lost almost half my goats in the farm. Yeah. But they are her goats as well. So,
Okay.
So they are not lost, but she loves choma.
Okay.
Yeah, and she also likes cakes, sugary ones, And sometimes it's a bit tempting for me. I don't like sugary things.
Okay.
But when she's eating and you can see the way she is enjoying and salivating, you want to pick up a piece.
Okay. If you look at couples now, one thing that you tell them to do differently, maybe that has worked for your marriage for this over that 5 years, because couples nowadays, people don't stay for long. 2-3 years divorce, wameachana, wamefanya nini. What are we doing different that you guys did better?
I think couples have to improve communication.
Okay.
Talking heals. And when you talk, you sort out issues.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you make conclusions without proper information.
Yeah.
And you make very hasty decisions. But when you give your partner time to explain and you listen, and you are understanding, and you're also not too quick to conclude. I like to ask our young people to be very patient with their partners.
Yeah.
And to try to also to understand them, because also people who are born by different parents in different homes, brought up differently, cannot think the same way.
True,
so the first 5 years of marriage, in my own experience and other couples that I know, are quite stormy and rocky. And if you are not careful, you can lose it. Again, you compare that one with a plane taking off. The taking off is normally very stormy.
Yeah.
But once the plane has taken off, it stabilizes. And then in high altitude, you have a very smooth ride. Again, you'll have another problem when it is landing. True. So is marriage. The beginning can be very rocky and stormy. And if God is kind to you and you understand each other and you are able to steer the marriage to success, you enjoy relatively comfort.
Okay.
Then in the later years, especially the women become oversensitive. And they require a lot of attention. Okay. And then the old man is also now aging. He may not be able to give as much attention. And that's how you have found many couples. Women have taken over to America to stay with their children, who are giving them more attention. Because women love attention.
Yeah.
Lots of it, by the way. And if you don't give it to them, they'll get it elsewhere. So as they get old, that attention normally shifts the children. That's why you find many children are more closer to their mothers than their fathers.
True.
But I would like to urge our young people to be very patient with their partners. And marriage works, but you have to work on it. It's not an automatic thing. You have to put work into it.
True.
You have to cultivate friendship. You have to cultivate companionship. You have to cultivate understanding and learning to tolerate each other, because it's not easy for people who have come from different backgrounds just to gel like that. You have to put quite a bit of
Work on it.
Yeah, yeah.
She's born again now. She's a pastor. Are we hoping for a bishop from your end?
Well, well, you never know.
Uh-huh.
It's possible.
Are you born again?
I am saved. I am.
Okay.
I don't preach. I am not ordained,
Okay.
but I'm a believer,
Okay.
and I'm a very staunch Christian. I have a lot of faith in Christian values,
Okay.
and that's why I cope with my wife. She's a pastor. I'm not, but we agree because the basics are the same.
Okay.
She believes in God. I do. Yeah, and she preaches the word of God. I practice. Yeah, so we have got good synergy.
Okay.
I don't want to say I'll be a bishop, but one of these days when I retire from public service,
Okay.
you never know.
know.
And you know, political leadership and
Okay.
preaching are in the same. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Because your catchment audience is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.